Hi, Caroline. I am so sorry it took so long to get back to you, but January is not over yet. So I hope to get this done and finished to you in the easiest, most digestible way possible. So here is the dashboard for the MailerLite email marketing software that you have already purchased. And I think you said your husband helped you set it up, which is awesome. I'm just going to introduce you to the main page. So the main page right here is the dashboard. As you can see, this is my dashboard for my company, Rebel Ragdoll LLC, which handles both the operations of New Adult Noir as a blog and then my own author publisher stuff, and will soon be operating the email marketing campaigns for other subsidiaries I'm working on. But this is where you start. So if you've sent a campaign is basically what your last newsletter or email was. So as you can see, I sent you guys, and I think you should have been on this list as well, the Give Your Feedback on the 25 Days of Box Sets giveaway newsletter or email. And it showed that I had sent to 82 recipients, 62% of you opened it, which means that 51% opened it and 17% clicked and finished the actual survey that was in the email. So if you ever want to know what the more in-depth results of your last email were, you can always click on your campaign, the picture of your email, or you can click on view more details. So I clicked on the picture. It showed me the email that I just sent you guys. Okay, this should hopefully look familiar if you read that email. And now I want to view a report, right? Because I want to see how that email did with you guys, who clicked, who went where, who unsubscribed, etc. So it actually performed pretty well. Most of you guys opened it. One person unsubscribed. I have no idea who that was. For one person, there was a soft bounce. You can see here that MailerLite distinguishes between hard bounces and soft bounces. Hard bounces are when you get a fake email address that you don't know is a fake email. You send your email to that email address, and the server is telling you basically that the email does not exist. So those are your hard bounces. Soft bounces are where you send out an email to an email address that does exist, but their server is down or their inbox is full or there's some other problem that prevents your email from going through to them. So these are the ones that actually have good working emails, but whose inboxes are not working so well that at that point in time. It also will give you a really lovely readout as to where your subscribers who open the email, where they are checking their email. So 100% of you guys who open the email were looking at it on some kind of laptop or desktop device at your email client, either at Gmail or Yahoo or whatever. In other instances, you'll see this pie chart divided up into several slices where you'll see some people who are opening webmail, others who are opening your email on their mobile devices or any other device that they're using. And you'll get to know basically amongst all your readers or subscribers what platforms they prefer to read your emails on. And that's actually really important for email formatting, for making your email convertible to a mobile device format. And just so you know kind of what people are doing while they are checking your emails. Are they at home stationary or are they on the move? It could really help to determine how long your emails are going to be. And again, formatting. This column over here, the top email clients column, is designed to show you which email addresses and which email servers are the most popular amongst your readers. So for the most part, I get most people who use Gmail addresses. Other emails include Yahoo, AOL, Localhost. It's just telling me basically which email clients my readers are using. And that's important because certain email clients will deal with your email campaigns differently than others. So for example, with Gmail, sometimes Gmail is not the greatest at accepting newsletters that have too many images in them. Too many images to email, too many images to Gmail sometimes means that the newsletter that's coming in might be spam. And so sometimes Gmail is more likely to classify your email as spam if you have too many images in it. Whereas another email client, such as Yahoo or AOL, won't have those same rules in place. So it's just nice to know who is checking email from where, from which email client, such that you know how to format your email once again. If you put links in your email that you sent to your readers, you get to see who is clicking on what, right? So you first of all get a count as to which email links were the most popular. And then if you click on the link itself, it'll take you to where the link is supposed to go. In this case, I was directing you guys to this survey. If you click on the unique links tab here, where it tells you that 17 people clicked on your link, if you click on it, it will tell you which people those are who clicked on your actual link, right? So you can see here in 1 second that there has been a population of email addresses depending on which link they actually clicked in my email, which is nice because then I can later retarget those emails for a follow-up question or for more information because I know who clicked on what. I want to show you one other thing in your dashboard here, or rather in your email report here. At the bottom, you are reminded as to which email list you actually sent this email to. So this is a really great page to check out when you start sending out your campaigns. You can check out all the stats. This tab, the View Email tab, will take you again back to the original email that you sent. And the wonderful thing about this is that not only are you able to see the original email, you can also copy this link here. If you want to send someone, for example, a copy of your newsletter, like say for our giveaway, 25 Days of Box Sets, you guys had to send me proof that you were sending out your newsletters to your fans, right, on your list. And all I wanted was the email link. Well, this is how you get the email link. You go into MailerLite, you click copy URL on the View Email tab. So you send me the URL, and once you put it into your browser, or once I put it into my browser, I can immediately access the email, or at least a PDF of the email, which proves that you actually participated in the giveaway the way that you were supposed to. So you can do that for future giveaways when people are asking you, hey, can I see the newsletter that you claimed you sent to your subscribers? You say, no, absolutely, you can see it. And then you copy this URL, you send it to them, they can see it, and they can confirm that you've participated as you have promised. Then another great thing about this is that you can scroll down, and for each link, there's only one link in this email, but for each link in this email, you can see what percentage of people clicked on which link. So if you have images, for example, if you can see this little 0.00% here, this is an image, and you can often attach links to your image such that if you click this banner, it will take you to another place or another website. I did not do this for that email, but you can do it. If I had, and people were clicking on this banner, I would get a percentage here, basically telling me how many total clicks this banner was able to attract in this email and what percentage of those clicks made up those number of total clicks. And this is good information. As you can see here for this link right here, it's the system is telling me that 19 people in total clicked this link, and that those 19 people who clicked here made up 100% of the people who clicked any link in the email. This is good information because it tells you which kinds of information in your email are more likely to attract a click. So in my experience, images, banners, especially when it comes to giveaways and prize giveaways, if you show a prize in an image, if you show the books in an image that that a reader will be getting, it's more likely to get people to click on it, and thus will take them to the website that you want them to go to. Those image links are the most successful way of getting people to click through to wherever you want them to go. The highlighted green links are the second most successful way of getting people to click where you want them to go. These large titles here, you can also put links into, and you can actually put links into anywhere here in the text. These large titles here are the least effective, but you should still always add a link into the large title just in case someone tries to click on it. And then the ones in the links in the text, the actual body of the text, are like the third most effective. So as long as you make your link bold and clear, it's pretty much going to attract a click if people are interested in what you're trying to offer. But the single most successful way to get people to click through to your offer in the email that you sent out is to put the link in an image. And it has to be a good image, like a really good image that shows what they'll be getting, if you're running a giveaway or you're giving away a free book or something like that. Okay. I'm just introducing you to how to read out these other things, and then I'm going to show you how to put together or how to navigate email. This link activity link is just showing you all the links that were in your email in total and who clicked what, basically, which is important information. Your subscriber activity is extremely important. And it gives you an overall understanding of not only who clicked the link in this particular email, but it gives you an idea as to how many times they open your emails altogether. Just if they're on your email list, just over the course of them being there, how many emails have they opened, period, and how many clicks have they done in your emails, period. And that's interesting. It's good to know because you will have to at some point go through your subscribers and clean your subscriber list because MailerLite does charge you for the number of subscribers that you have on your list, and you never want to be paying for subscribers who are literally not reading your email. So this is good information to have. It's sort of outside of the scope of this tutorial to teach you about email list cleaning and whatnot, but MailerLite has a really wonderful support team, and I'll show you how to access them in just a second. Now let's go to opens by location. This is a really wonderful feature. I love seeing this because it gives me, I don't know, maybe it's just like a personal sense of like ego, but to see how many countries in the world are reading your emails, how many people in how many countries are reading your emails, it's a great thing. This is actually just a demographic survey of where you guys are from and where you guys are working from right now. But like in my larger email list with all of my readers and all of my authors, I mean, they're like literally nearly 30 or so countries, probably even more, from where people are opening and reading my emails. So this is great data to have to start tailoring your message, and so that especially for your book sales in the future, who is in the United States and who is not, because pricing depends on that. Where your book is available is going to be very important for those people who are not inside the United States or in the UK. And making things available to people in places like Spain or in China or in Australia or in New Zealand, or in Canada is going to be really important. So that is a tour of how you can use your dashboard and to sort of look at your campaign statistics. You also can use it to look at how many unique active subscribers you have, how many came in last month, how many are new for this month. And then you can also you can compare that to this column, which is super important, which is basically how many subscribers you're actually paying to have. And because if, for example, I have the 25,000 to 30,000 subscriber plan because I suspect that my list will be growing somewhere past 25,000 by the end of the year. So I've already had my account ready for that and approved for that level. And if you don't have your account approved for the number of active subscribers you have, you will not be able to send out emails. So just make sure you just stay on top of that. It's pretty easy to stay on top of that. And this helps you to keep track of all your statistics and your account plan, basically. This helps you to look at your subscriber growth in any from any period of time. Generally, the past 6 months they show you here. This gives you your monthly campaign statistics, so you can look at what how many campaigns or how many emails rather you sent in certain months. How many were open during that time, how many clicks you got during that time, and how many unsubscribers and spam complaints you got in that time. So for me, because I run the book blog and I get new readers in all the time, sometimes you'll have a higher number of spam complaints from people who just didn't read the did not read the rules of the giveaway, so they weren't expected to be emailed by me after they downloaded one of the box sets. So this number of spam complaints should never be any higher, in my opinion, than 0.05%. Otherwise, you might start setting off some red flags, and that probably also means that those are not the right readers for your list. But thus far, you can just keep tracking who is genuinely interested in what you have to say as an author and who is not. And this is a nice way to start to, again, see, whether or not your message is ringing well with people. The automation tab and the forms tab, this is sort of a little bit more advanced, because right now you just want to focus on getting comfortable with sending emails to your subscribers. But automation is wonderful once you get there. Automation is basically after you've gotten comfortable with sending out emails to your subscribers, you can then set up systems where you can tell MailerLite to send a certain group of subscribers an automated email chain. So when your subscribers, for example, join your email list, they can get an automated email that welcomes them to your list. And then the automation workflow will then send another series of emails that have already been set up by you on certain days, at certain times, during certain weeks. And you won't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is set up the entire workflow. So if you want new subscribers to get 5 emails from you over the course of 10 weeks, you can set that up from the beginning and just activate it, set it and forget it, and just make sure your new subscribers are coming into that particular workflow, and they will automatically receive those emails from you without you having to do anything after that. It's a very powerful way of really helping to welcome your readers to your list, to do email drip campaigns, to offer email courses. Let's say you're trying to put together a course for authors, right? Or you're trying to put together a course for authors, teaching them how to use their email marketing system, and you want to just create a course that will automatically come to their email every week. You want to send them one lesson every week. You can set that up in the automation workflow. And once you add an author to that workflow, they will get that one lesson per week without you having to do anything else. So again, that's a more advanced topic. I invite you to first get comfortable and familiar with this entire dashboard and with just setting up and sending out your email campaigns first, and then go explore the other more advanced features. Another advanced feature, which you'll probably want to actually learn before you even do automation, is the forms feature. The form feature on the dashboard basically tells you how many signups you've gotten this month versus the signups you got last month, okay? And through which forms did your signups come, okay? So because forms is important, I'll take you here really quickly. So you have 3 different kinds of forms that you can create in MailerLite, which is what I love about MailerLite. It's very powerful. It combines the features and functionalities of many different online marketing software platforms together in one nice package. So I was able to, just by coming to MailerLite, cancel my ConvertKit account and cancel my Lead Pages account, because it basically has all of the hardcore features that both of those platforms offer in one place for one lower, very reasonable price. So One of those features includes the forms feature, and you can create different forms for your author website. As you can see, this one is a floor pop-up form. So this will allow you to put up a pop-up on your website that invites readers to sign up for your mailing list in exchange for a free newsletter, a free novel, etc. And this pops up actually at the bottom of the reader's screen when they come to your website. This particular, I'll show you that really quick because I feel like it's just important for you to see. Boom, there's a preview. Okay, so I offer at New Adult Noir, I offer now a free 30 book starter library, and all they have to do is tell me where to send the free library by putting in their email and their name, and by clicking this bright shiny button here, right? So that's one of the pop-ups you can install on your website. This is just a preview because I'm not on my website right now. I'm on MailerLite's dashboard, but it's a great preview. This is another kind of pop-up you can install on your MailerLite, or you can install on your website through MailerLite. Click on that. Boom. There's an example of a pop-up that you will also find at New Adult Noir if you go to newadultnoir.com. I ask you, it's dead in your face, do you want a free 30 book starter library? If so, just tell us where to send it. Put your email in, your name, and then click the shiny button, and it will take you to your email, or rather it will send it to your email. You just check your email, confirm your email, and boom, you have your starter library. And that's for readers, and you as an author are basically just kicking back and collecting new readers all the time because you have an amazing kick-ass opt-in gift. And all they're doing is saying, hey, I would love to join your email list in exchange for that amazing opt-in gift. Where do I sign up? And so now you know that they're already interested in what you have to offer as an author, and you can continue the relationship from there. Same thing here. This is a pop-up from my personal author website, colbyrrice.com. You get just a free ebook. Okay, same deal. But I created all these pop-ups on the MailerLite dashboard, and then I installed them on my WordPress websites. And again, how to do that is outside of the scope of this particular tutorial, but again, you have a lovely help desk, and I'll show you that as soon as I take you through the forms. Okay, then you also have a landing pages section where you can create an actual landing page. So if for example you want to direct someone to a particular page that gives more information on the product you're offering or the book you're offering than a pop-up would, you would then create a landing page as opposed to just a pop-up. And here's a preview of the landing page that I have built for a particular course that I'm putting together at another business that I have called The Bohemian Badass. And I just want to wait for it to load because this is not the entire landing page. Why is this taking so long? Here we go. So this is actually, let me just go to the landing page altogether. Okay, boom. So anybody who has this link in the navigation bar is going to come to this particular page where I am offering a world building roadmap. All right. So this is helping authors who want to create epic fantasy, epic sci-fi worlds. It is offering them a brief and quick PDF roadmap to how to do so. Now, obviously, world building is a big deal, and it takes a lot more investment than one single roadmap will give them. But the point is to offer something free in exchange for their email, so that I'm building up a list of people who are interested in world building, such that I can then offer them more content and then eventually offer them the badass world building course that I'm working on right now. But you can see how the landing page itself, just in its format, is different than the pop-up and the bottom bar pop-ups that I just showed you, because this takes you to an actual page. And even though I like my landing pages to be short and sweet, this landing page could be as in-depth and as long as I want it to be. So if I were trying to drive people to the final badass world building multi-level course, this entire landing page might be, you know, you might have to scroll down a bit just to get all the information that you need to make a decision as to whether or not this course is for you. And typically, as a rule of thumb, the more expensive your course is, the longer your landing page needs to be, because you need to explain all the amazing features and special offers and bonus stuff that's going to come with the course. And which is, so this whole like landing pages and course marketing and that sort of thing, again, is sort of outside the scope of this tutorial, but this is just showing you that you have the tools with MailerLite at your disposal to basically create a really kick-ass all-in-one business platform and a marketing platform that will drive and grow your business in a really amazing way. If you cannot tell, I am as pleased as a cat that ate 10 canaries when it comes to MailerLite. I love it. The final kind of form you can make is the embedded form. So let me show you an example. I'm going to go to newadultnoir.com to show you an example of what an embedded form looks like so that you know exactly what this means. Okay, where's the blog? Oh, there's the pop-up. See, one great thing about the pop-up, FYI, you can decide when it pops up, how long it pops up for, and how frequently it pops up, which is great. And it will keep popping up until the reader actually opts into your mailing list, if that's how you configure the pop-up. Okay, so look at here on the right side of the page. You can see this form here. Grab your free New Adult Noir starter novel. This is offering the same thing my other pop-up was offering, but instead of popping up on the screen, it's just here sitting on the right sidebar on my page. So at any point in time, a reader, if they missed the chance to sign in through the pop-up, they can always come here and sign in to this static embedded form, and they just put in their name. I'll put in Colby right now, and then put in their email, Colby R. Rice, and then I can just click this button, boom, and then it will do the same thing that my pop-up will do, which is it will send an email to the reader who's just signed up, confirming their email, and then sending them their free gift. So this is what an embedded form looks like, and this is what you can create at MailerLite. And then after you're done creating it, you can install it into your website so that it appears in your right sidebar. So I've made 3 embedded forms here. I don't need to show you what they look like because I just showed it to you, but they're also pretty great. And they also convert very, very well. So I just want to put that out there. The point of having an embedded form altogether is just to give your readers or your visitors to your site multiple opportunities to opt into your mailing list. It works between landing pages, pop-up forms, embedded forms, and a really wonderful free offer. Trust me, you will automatically get readers and traffic to your site and into your mailing list, but you have to take time to set it up. Again, outside of the course of this tutorial or outside of the scope of this tutorial, but you can learn more through the help desk. And because I've been bringing up the help desk for so long, I'm going to finally show it to you before we start creating a campaign. So if you ever need any assistance with MailerLite, or you're just like, I want to create a landing page and I just need more information, you go to this little question mark here, you click on it. Okay, and you can actually do a self-motivated search for beginners. They will, it depends on how long you've had your account, but for beginners, they will have a series of links to click on of like frequently asked questions. So actually, here's a dashboard overview that you could have actually clicked on your own, but I did promise to do this for you, and I didn't realize that they had this here. So hopefully you still find this video helpful after having watched it, even though they have their own tutorial. But I do highly suggest that you come to this page here by clicking that question mark that was here and just looking for the question that you have and watching the videos. Most of their tutorials are either in blog post form or in videos, and I find the videos particularly helpful because they are very short, sweet, and to the point. You can then also just browse the help library, and they have different categories here for you. We can always just type in your question, like automation. Oh, well, automation is already here. How about tracking clicks? All right. Boom. And then you have like literally 4 videos that pull up the tracking clicks tutorials, depending on what you're interested in. Watch the video and get your entire life, because it's great. They're amazing. And if you still can't find what you're looking for, you just click on this, contact us, and you can send in a ticket. Which what you can also do is click on this little tab here, the little flag tab, and they have people who are literally ready and waiting for you to make conversation, and you can ask them directly any questions that you might have, and they get back to you super quickly. Like, I've never had to wait any more than 5 minutes max, and that's even stretching it, for somebody to get back to me and talk to me in real time and answer my questions. Their customer service is superb. They're always helpful, even for the questions that are very clear and obvious and available on their site. They still take time to answer it, even if it's just to show you where to find the answer to your question. Okay, so that is the dashboard, and that's sort of like all the features in, a quick and dirty. I don't know how long I've been recording, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to show you really quickly how to create an email campaign. We're going to ignore this part. This is a little bit more advanced. So whenever you want to create an email, just click Create Campaign, and it'll take you to the email creation place. So before you even get to start organizing and writing your email, you have to do a couple things, which is, of course, put in the email subject line. So let's say you want to wish your readers a happy new year and welcome them to your first book release of the year. So let's say I want to put in happy new year plus my new book is out, right? I'm going to put out, son, because that's how I talk in my emails. You want to make sure after you put the subject line in, you can also put in certain personalizations here. Sorry, I don't want to go too quickly. So let's say you want to address the reader directly. You can say, dear, right? We're going to put in we want all the readers' names to be in the subject line, right? Boom, you put in name. So if you're sending out an email to 500 people, each one for each person, they'll have a personalized email addressing them specifically. So, if you have somebody named Anna on your list, it'll say, Dear Anna, Happy New Year, plus my new book is out. Dear Colby, Happy New Year, my new book is out, etc. You can always insert personalizations in your email header. You can put an email, name, last name, company, country, city, phone, state, zip, book title. Now, mind you, this drop-down list can actually be expanded. You have to, and again, that's outside of the scope of this tutorial, but you can always add more categories here. And as long as there is data in these categories, it will insert that data automatically into the subject line. So you want to put also who the email is from. It's from you. In this case, this is from me. What email address is it coming from? This is important if you're operating multiple businesses from one MailerLite account. I have 3 businesses right now that I'm operating from this one account. So for my personal author list, for my reader list, to the readers who are signing up directly for books from Kobe R. Rice, I make sure that it comes from my Kobe R. Rice email. If I'm emailing you guys at New Adult Noir, or I'm emailing our New Adult Noir readers, it's always going to come from the New Adult Noir address. This is important because I use specific emails for specific kinds of business, and I don't want my New Adult Noir business going to my personal author email. It just makes things complicated and strange, and then readers are confused when you email them from different email addresses at different times. You can also choose the language that will be used in your unsubscribe page. I choose English because the majority of my audience is English speaking. You click next, where you then get to go and edit the content of your email now that you have that preliminary information. And this is where you can select your templates. Okay, your email templates. Basically, this is where you design your email, and you can design your email using your own HTML, which I would not recommend. Just like MailerLite has said, this is for the experts. This is if you literally want to design your own emails from scratch and you know how to code. You won't need to do that because you have so many options in the drag and drop editor that you can still design the email of your dreams pretty much in any way that you want, but without the muss and fuss of having to write code. The rich text editor can be helpful if you want to do simpler emails with just some added images and styling. But again, you don't need to do that because the drag and drop editor will allow you to do both of these things, but from a very easy standpoint. Now, the drag and drop editor gives you a particular template to work with, but you can also then go into MailerLite's amazing template gallery. I mean, they have some gorgeous templates here, and I actually haven't used any of these yet. I know how to use them, but I'm just happy using the regular template right now. In the future, maybe in 2019, I might choose a specific style for new adult noir versus my personal author account, but for now I'm going to use just the regular template. But if you ever want to come here and pick for example, if you're running a fashion business, this is a wonderful template to use and to deal with. And here's a preview. Okay, this is what your email will look like when your fashionistas open it, right? You'll have this wonderful, I mean, look at that. If you have an e-commerce store, this is a great email template to use, whether you're in fashion or not, but this is specifically a fashion template. Here's another email. Oh, this is a gaming template. That's awesome. So this is more for like interactive games, which includes like your banner, your links, your logo. If you want to advertise new features, and then you can do like a special offers section with the, if you own a gaming company, which I'm trying to build one myself, then you can also put your games on offer here, as well as buy now buttons, which is amazing, right? So all of these wonderful templates are available for you to use. Here's a product announcement template. So let's say that, you have a book that's coming out that you're launching and you want to announce it. You can maybe use this, and then instead of having like a longboard here, just put your book and, your graphics here, announcing the title. Maybe here you can put in like the blurb or like, a teaser, et cetera, et cetera. There's just a lot of gorgeous templates that are available at MailerLite. Now you can certainly use any one of them to personalize your email to your message or to your product. For now, though, I'm going to show you the basic way that you can create a very simple email. Oh, FYI, if there is an email that you have just recently sent out and you really enjoyed that template, you can always click on the recent emails tab and then click on preview or select. If you, for example, are in love with this template right here, you just select it and it will automatically load that template into your email creator, so you don't even have to go back and redo the whole thing. So if there's one author template that you're just used to, and this is the one that I'm used to, I can always come here and just select the last email template I used, and it will import everything into a new template, but with the same format and structure here. Okay. So those are always available for you. But for now, because you're new to this, I'm going to show you very quickly how to build a template from scratch, which is an important skill to have. And it's a very easy skill to build, which I'm really excited about. I just love MailerLite so much. It's just made my business so much better, and it's made growing my business so much easier. So here's an introduction. This is the basic template for putting together an email. First of all, I would always recommend having your author header, whatever that is. If you have like a header for your books or a header for your author name or some kind of banner, I definitely recommend putting that here. So I'm going to go and select my banner, which I really love. Let's see. Oh, and if you didn't see what I just did, all I did to get to this screen is just make sure that you click on the place you want to edit over here. You can click edit image just to edit the actual image that's already here. So you can crop, you can resize, you can change the color of it. I don't really bother with that. That's just too much hassle. It's actually very easy to do in MailerLite, but I just don't like editing images in MailerLite because I use Photoshop. Okay, so, but if you want to change the image, you click on the image here. Okay, it gives you all the images you've uploaded. If you are just starting out with this, you probably don't have any images uploaded. I've been with MailerLite for like 6 months, so I have plenty here. But I also have my own email banners. So let me see. Oh, okay. I haven't put my Colby R. Rice banner into a folder. Let's see if I can find. Darn it. Okay. Well, this is another thing too. This is another feature. If you can't find a certain image you're looking for, you can always search for it. I can't find my banner, so I'm going to have to just like scroll all the way down. As you can see, your images are organized in 2 different ways, either in tile form or you can just hit the list form. And this is actually probably going to be easier for me to do if I just put it in list form. So let me go find my Colby R. Rice header. And see, another reason why to select a previous email template is because sometimes you don't feel like putting together a brand new email and looking for images, which is what I just had to do. So I found it. I found my email header, finally, and I selected it. So it's going to put it in automatically, and boom, there is my author email header, right? If I wanted to add a link to this image, all I have to do is click on this box here and put in a link. Of course, I'm going to link this banner to my actual author website. Click save, and now you get to edit and design the rest of your email. Now, there is content design, and then there's like the design. Design allows you to change like the themes, the colors. So I can change, let's see, is it going to show? Yes, it is. So there's a Christmas template here that shows like snowflakes falling. There's a MailerLite default. More Christmas templates we just got from the holidays, so they still have these up. Here's a nice Christmas Eve template. Oh, this is a lovely template. I missed out on that one. Oh, that's so cute. A spring template. So you can see I'm even discovering slightly new things here as I'm taking you through. There are different ways you can organize your templates or your design themes. Even after you've already picked the template, there are ways. Oh, this is so cute. There's like a Star Wars thing. For me personally, I like to keep it simple because I want to keep my readers focused on the message. So we're just going to go back and keep the simple MailerLite design. And now we're going to design our emails. And I want to just, let me just delete that. I'm just going to show you what each of these is really quickly. So if you want a big title, for example, I'm going to address you here. Hey, Caroline. Right? Great. So if I wanted to add a link to that, I could add it right here. I don't because I just want to move forward. Then, boom, there's a big title. Simple. Now, whenever you want to add any one of these modules into your email template, you can either just click them and it'll add it right to the next block, or you can click and drag, right? So I don't want 2 texts. I just want 1. So actually, let me go back. I'm going to cancel that. So I just added a text box here, right? And that's important. This is where I would put my message. How are you? Are you enjoying, the tutorial? Are you enjoying how I can't spell right now? Tutorial. I hope it is easy and digestible for you. Okay, so it automatically chooses my font color. And you can see that it's also automatically adding my words here to the actual final email format over here. If you want to change the color, just highlight the text, click on text color, choose any one of your colors. I like black. Black is simple, sleek, and wonderful. But you can choose any one of these colors here, or you can even create your own custom color. Which is important. Let's say if you have like brand colors. I have some brand colors for my other business. Let's see. Yes. So this is one of my brand colors for the Bohemian Badass. Hot pink and black. If I wanted to change the font to a color that I prefer, I just put in the color code here. I click OK, and suddenly I'm typing in pink, right? And then it's also then available here in my custom color like shelf. I don't know what to call it. My custom colors section. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that's how you add text. Whenever you're adding text, you can also write HTML here, which can be helpful for those emails that you want specially formatted. And there are certain instances where you will want that, but for your purposes, you can just keep it simple. You can bold, italicize, do strike throughs, underline. You can change the alignment of your message, left, center. You can align it right. And for longer paragraphs, you can justify it. Okay. And as you can see, as I'm choosing the different alignments, it's reflecting every single change in this column on the left. But I like it indented and aligned to the left of the screen. So we're going to leave it like that. I can also change the font size here from 10 points all the way to 30 points. Nice. I like this better. You can also add links. So remember I was telling you that you can add links to the text earlier. Let's just keep adding my author website because it's just the easiest to remember. So I'm adding this URL to this specific part of the text. And then I always choose the target new window because that means if they click on the link, it's going to open up a new tab in the browser and it's not going to take them away from the email. It'll just open up a separate tab here. And which is important because you don't want them to go away from the email and get completely distracted because the email is no longer available. You want their interest to be satisfied, but to be opened in an entirely different tab on your browser. You can also bold the link or unbold it at any time. I like bolding because I like to draw people's attention with visual cues. You can also use bulleted lists. So what are the things you need to know? Bullet number 1. Thing number 1. You can do bullets here. Thing number 2, etc. Thing number 3. Okay? Very simple to put together. If you don't like bullets and you prefer numbers, you can just change that to numbers by clicking the numbered list, and that's great. You can also, just like in the email subject line that we did a few minutes ago, you can add in personalization. So if you want to address each reader by his or her name, you just click on personalization, you click name, it'll put in this little code here, and then you can continue your email. So for you, this would read, Caroline, I really enjoy putting this together for you. Okay, so when you get this email, even though it's showing you this weird code here, when you get this email in your inbox, it's going to address you by name right here. So long as your name is entered into that column in your subscriber list, it'll show up here. I also can do that for my, can I do that for my titles here? Let's see. Can I do personalization? Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I can't do personalization in the title area, but I can do it in the text area. So let's save that. Now, let's say I wanted to, give you another section, right, with new information, but I like having some kind of division. I just click on this little divider tab here, and it put in a divider for you. Oops, I put in 2 by accident. Okay. Now, let's say I wanted to give you a button or an image. Excuse me. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm making mistakes now. I can also add another image in the email, right? By clicking on that image tile I just clicked. And let's say I wanted to tell you more about my free books that are available at newadultnoir.com. So I click the image, I go select my image from that page, and it automatically inserts the image here, right? Let's say I wanted to add a button encouraging you to go visit the site, right? I would click on this little button tile here and it would add the button. You just click the button here and then you edit your button from here. So I would say, take me to my free books now, right? Boom. In order for the button to work though, we have to put in the actual link we want the people to go to. Otherwise, when they click the button, they will go nowhere and they will be very sad because they will not get their free books that you promised them. Okay. Now, let's say that I like this, but I would prefer to have a title above my image. Well, I would just click and drag the title and move it above my image, right? And then I can just add here, grab our free January dark and gritty books, right? That looks great, right? But there are a couple things I want to do. One, I want to make sure that if somebody clicks on this by accident or just clicks on it because they think it's going to take them somewhere, that it takes them to the site that I want them to go to. All right, so newadultnoir.com is where I want them to go. But let's say I don't really like the way that this is looking and I want this title to be centered. You just click on settings, text align, and you can choose left, you can choose right, or you can choose center, which is what I like. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Not too much better, but a little bit better. I can also change the color of my title if I wanted to. Let's say I wanted this to be red instead of black, right? I would just click the style. I can also change the font of the title here. It has a limited number of fonts, but it's still great to explore your options. Okay. Oh, I like this one. Let's try that one. And then I can change the title size if I wanted to. I can change the line height if I wanted to. Okay. I can normalize the style, or I can bold it. You can see that there's some slight changes here. I can underline the text, or I can keep that off, and then I can save. Look, that's really pretty. I like it. Okay, interesting. If I wanted to change the background of the title, I can do that. Oh, this looks really sexy now. Okay, I love black and red. It's a great combination. So let's say I wanted that. I would just click on my block settings for the title. If I wanted to increase the space between the padding, I do that. But I like the way it is now. That's the top padding. If I wanted to increase the space on the bottom padding, I do that, but I'm not going to do that because I like the spacing. And then you can do the same thing with the margin. You know, same thing for the top and for the bottom. I kind of like a little bit of space at the bottom. So now look, my very simple email is starting to look a little bit sexier because of all these wonderful, new features that we have going on. And as soon as I'm done editing the title, I click save and I move on. Now, let's say that I also wanted to include, I wanted to include a countdown. Actually, no, I'm going to include a product. Let's say I want to sell you guys something. So I'm giving you something free, but I'm also including a product. Okay, sometimes you have some trouble getting this where you want to go. So I'm going to put this back and I'm just going to click on it. Boom. And now it automatically put itself in. So I gave you some free books. Now I want to sell you some books or I want to sell you some other books. But before we start editing the product, let's tell people what we're doing in this section now. Right? I'm going to put, you love free, but I like you to buy stuff too. I would never be so bold, but since this is a tutorial, we can be a little bit, risque. I'm going to also organize this in the same way I did the last time with the same fonts because I really liked what we did in the last one. Where was that font? Oh, it's the fat face font. Okay, and I'm going to save that. I'm going to align my text to be centered. but I like when you buy stuff too, right? You can add a link to this. Again, I'm just going to put another link. I want to put as many links in my email as humanly possible that don't necessarily scream, hey, I'm a link. It's really important because, again, you never know who is going to be attracted to what graphic or what image, and you want to make sure that no matter where they click, they have a high chance of getting to the site that you want them to go to. Okay, so I actually kind of like this template a lot. I might actually, use this in my future stuff. So, because our email's looking pretty good, isn't it? Oh, here's another thing. Before I continue on with this, let's go back up to the image really quickly because we forgot to add a link to our image. Those are especially important. Like the images are going to be the things that take your readers to the site that you want them to go to. So you must have a link in every single place, but especially on your images because this is a gorgeous image and I want all these books and your readers will want all these books too. Okay, so we did another title edit and now we're going to add a product. So, you can actually, before we even go into editing this, you can decide how many columns you actually want. So this is to edit what's already on your screen. But let's just say that we only want them to buy one product in this particular, module, right? You can always change the column to one product. Let's say you have 2 books to offer. You can always go to settings, click columns, and then you have 2 columns, 2 places to put new products. And then for your third column, for your third option, you can then add in 3 different options. And you can actually keep adding more and more product rows with 3 columns each. And it's going to look sexy and amazing so long as you have good graphics and, you have proper links. It's going to look great. But let's say we only have 2 books to offer, right? We're going to change this back to 2. We can also decide what the image height is going to be here. So let's say, I have 2 products to offer, but they're books. And I want the book covers to stand out in all of their wonderful glory. I need enough space to add each book cover here, right? So I'm changing now the height. You can make this as small or as big as you want, but I wouldn't really recommend anything more than 350. Anything bigger than the size of like a book cover, I think is a little bit too much. And you can pretty much put in any product you want. So before we go into product titles and stuff like that, let's look at button styles. Button styles are very simple and straightforward. You can just click whichever one you want and just, whatever works for you is fine. I like these because it makes it pop out a little more. You can also then change the background color of your buttons to whatever you want. And as you hover, it'll show you how many colors are available, or you can mix your own colors. All right, I clicked on my more colors and maybe I want to use my hot pink brand colors from my other business, or maybe I don't. Maybe I want to stick to, the theme that I'm using in my email. You can always choose whatever you want. This is what I love about MailerLite. It's like Burger King, have it your way, I'm not going to mess with anything else on this now, but you can see the different things you can do with the vertical spacing and then the radius. Oh, that's nice. So if you increase the radius, it makes your buttons rounder. And if you decrease the radius, it makes them squarer. And they both look really nice. I have no problem with either or. It really depends on what your brand style is. The great thing about this is that you can, once you create this email template for your particular brand or business, you can save this template style and then keep reusing it. So if your company wants to make a strong statement on its brand, this is a great way to do it by personalizing and fixing up your email template ahead of time and then using the same kind of template over and over. So let's pretend that my colors are black and red. I really enjoy that. But you know what? the shop now text on the buttons is not thick enough for me. It's not big enough. I need people to see these things more clearly. And you know what? Maybe I even want the font to look the same as the font up here. So let's go find that fat face font that we love. Okay. We can also change the size. We can bold it or not bold it. I'm going to keep it unbolded so that's legible. Okay, and then we have our block settings, which is, again, it will change the actual background of the product space. I don't like to mess with the block colors because, again, I don't want to distract from the actual products. We want to make our emails pretty, but we don't want to make them distracting from what we're trying to do. And you can do the same things here with the actual background block setup. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that movement. And this is how you basically edit and personalize your product module space. And I'm calling, each of one of these things here, I'm calling like a particular module space because that's how it's operating. Okay, so we're going to go back. I think we've done everything that we want to do for this particular product module. Now it's time to add the actual products, right? So depending on which column you want to work on, you have to make sure you're choosing the right one. Let's say you have book 1 available in this column and then you want book 2 in this column. Click the column that you want to edit. Click your browse button to look for an image. And let's say I want to add my first novel into this called The Given. So I'm going to look. Oh, yeah, I have just the image. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There is my book. And now I'm going to put in a link directly to my book, KobeRRice.com. That's not a direct link, but that's okay. If I wanted to have a little email, a little subtitle here that says something, this book is hot. I could put that in there. I can put a price in there. This is actually free. Okay. But let's say I wanted to charge something else. Like let's say $2.99, right? I could put that in there. I could do whatever I want. I don't have to put all these things in there, but if you want to do that, you can. All right. And then even your button text you can change. Buy the saga, right? Or you can put in shop now. Or let's put in start the saga because this is really the beginning of the series. Start the saga today. Yay. And actually, you know what? I don't want to put the price in. I don't like the way it looks. So let's say I want to make that decision. Let's see. Where's the button? Okay. Now let's say I want to do column number 2, right? And let's say I want to put in my second book here, which is The Taken. Let's see if I have this. Oh, okay. So here's an instance where I don't have an image available. So I'm going to click Upload Image. Let's look to see writing projects. Books of Ezekiel Reboot. Don't mind all the crazy stuff you're seeing on my... I'm just manically... I love to be organized. It just helps make my life all the easier. So you do not have to organize your life the way that I do. I guess I got a little self-conscious seeing the way in which I organize all my folders. But I like being organized. It helps me. So I uploaded a new image. This is my second cover, right? This email is looking pretty sexy. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm feeling like this is a gangster email. And you do the same thing. You add in links to wherever, I'll just put in newadultnoir.com, wherever your book is located. If you want a subtitle, put it. If you want a price, put it. And then I'm going to put here, continue the saga. Right? Start the saga, continue the saga. I like it. And so if they click on anything in these boxes, let's see. I just want to make sure that I'm actually telling you the truth about the link here. Yeah, if they click on either the image or the button, it should take them to any one of the websites you put into these two spaces here. Now, let's move along now that we have our product available, and let's say that the prices are only going to be this way for like the next 24 hours, right? Let's put in a little countdown button. Where is it? Oh, well, let's just click it. Awesome. Great. So when does this offer expire? What's today's date? Today is the 27th. Let's say it expires on the 28th at the exact same time. Okay. Oh, wait a second. How did that happen? Okay, perfect. Actually, I kind of like a sense of urgency, so let's diminish this a little bit. Boom. So literally in 23 hours and 58 minutes, this deal is going down. It's like gonna be over. Okay, if I okay, I was about to say, if I want to change the style of the countdown counter, I can just go to the settings tab here on the countdown module and click light or dark. They don't really have many available formats for the counter, which is fine. You want to keep the counter as simple as possible, but this is pretty awesome. This is a really wonderful way of creating a sense of urgency in your readers or subscribers. And you can also click to show the countdown labels so they know how many days, hours, minutes, and seconds they have left, which I really like. My novels, as you can probably tell, are very, very dystopian, so this gives like a lovely dystopian sort of feeling to it. Let's see. You can also change the background here of your counter, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go with the theme that we've been going with the entire time. And you know what? I don't want to keep redoing the format of my titles. I just want to duplicate it. So let's click the duplicate button. So if you want to duplicate something, you just hover over the module and you can click any one of these buttons. This is the move button. This is the edit button if you actually want to edit everything you've done. This is the delete button right here. And then this little double button is the duplication button. So I just duplicated it. Okay. Now I'm going to drag it down and I'm going to hover it over my counter, but under my divider. Boom. And now all I have to do is change the text, right? The world ends for Ezekiel in ... Boom. Okay. That's a really awesome way to put together a campaign, right? Let's say I'm introducing this series, which has been out for a while now, to a new group of readers. This might be a really awesome way to introduce a really great dystopian world by using like something like a countdown meter and, cryptic titles and really awesome covers and really great taglines and lead lines and things like that. So the world ends for Ezekiel in 23 hours, 57 minutes, and 48 seconds. And what I'm going to do is add another title here, put it under the counter, and I'm going to say, so buy her saga today, right? Boom. Perfect. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to put another divider here because I'm done teasing my audience. And now I'm about to end my email. And as you can see, there are many other kinds of, different modules you can add in here. You can add in an entire freaking video if you wanted to, which is incredible. So if you have like a book trailer, which I don't really have, I don't really tend to invest in those, but you can add those in if you want to. Let me go to my YouTube channel and just grab something. I have an author blog /author creative updates journal. So I'm going to go to my channel. I just want to grab my latest. Here we go. Oh, thank goodness that my sound is off here, because you would have gotten an extra special surprise. All right, so you just go, you add in your video link to the content portion of your video module here, right? And then you click the little arrow button. It's going to take a minute, but once it's loaded in, it will show your video cover. If you have like a cover tile for your video, which I do, you'll be able to see it in a second. It's going to be the cover tile for my podcast, which is the epic, fantastical journey of a Black female sci-fi writer, podcast and vlog. And you'll see that in just a second. And then you can even choose if you want there to be a video preview when you hover over the video with your cursor here. So you can choose a static image or you can choose an animated GIF, and I'll show you the difference in a second. Okay, you always want to leave the links for links to source as opposed to links to custom link, because you want it to link directly back to your source. In my personal opinion, that's just my opinion though. But if you do click on links to custom link, just make sure you add the link that you want them to go to once they click the video. If you just want them to go straight to the video, just leave it on links to source. And this is going to take a minute. So we have our link here. We have our video preview static image here. Let's just let it buffer. We're also going to click our little arrow here because apparently red is a theme in this email. So I'm going to make the little play button a red play button. And I'm going to save that. Okay. It wasn't done buffering. But you can click that green arrow, click save, and then continue to do your email as this is loading and buffering and all that. Okay. And it will show up. It will take a minute, but it will show up. So let's say, that's like the book trailer or whatever. Then we put in a divider here. So you can also add in like a gallery of images. Just like with your other modules, you can choose how many images you have per line. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be like a mixed collage type of image. You can choose the image height. You can do all those things. I don't want any images for this, any image gallery, so we're going to take this out. You can also, because we're trying to end this email and end the tutorial because it's getting kind of long, you can also add in your social media links here, which I find to be really wonderful. So if you basically want to connect with people on your social media, you can always include any one of these here. And of course, we're going to have to edit this module. So you can put in your Facebook, social media. My stuff is already pre-entered for or pre-done for my New Adult Noir email templates. So it has all the social media links I want my readers to go to from New Adult Noir for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and then my website. I can also choose to add another social network in this chain like Google Plus. Or if I don't want Google Plus, I can choose any one of these other things. WordPress. And it will change the icon because it's amazing. Instagram, I already have that. Let's see what else. IMDb. I am also a filmmaker, so this is something I'll be using in the future. And it has just this amazing, you even have like a BookBub social media icon. And once you choose whichever icon or whichever social media outlet you want to include in this list, you then just enter in the proper link. So let's say I want to keep my BookBub icon here. I just add in my link to my BookBub account, which I actually don't know the email address to because I don't really use BookBub. So we're just going to do bookbub.com. But I can add as many social media networks as I want and basically choose which ones I want to appear. So I like everything on one line, and I don't like sending my readers to too many social media outlets because it gets a little bit overwhelming for them. So we're just going to keep it simple. We are going to go to settings because I am positive there are different styles. Oh, great. So if you click on number 2, you get style number 2. Oh, you click on number 3, you actually get colored icons, which I did not know. Click on style number 4, you get smaller icons. This is nice. I like the sleek sort of vector icon look. But then I can also then go in here and I love it. I love how I can edit this and make this entire section the same as the rest of this section, sort of, but like inversed. Let's see if I can't change that around. I wonder if I can change the color. You know what? I don't think I can, which is unfortunate. But at some point, I'm sure they're going to add in icon styles where you can change the color of the icons themselves and then find another color that works. But let's keep this in here. I like it. It looks sleek. Let's save that. And because I don't just want people to just come on this module and wonder what I'm trying to do, I always like to put a title here. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's just copy this again and make our lives easier. Move this down. And we're going to tell them to join me on social media. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay. And let's finally end this email with a signature. Okay. At New Adult Noir, I have my sign off and my status, quote unquote, is like the Dark Heart Overlord. For my author email list, my readers are a part of my author world, which is called Off World. So I call my entire world as an author. The world of all my books is called Off World. And so anybody who joins my email list is called an off-worlder. Okay. And me being the person who's running the whole thing, I call myself jokingly the off-world overlord. Okay. So I'm going to address my lovely readers / minions here. The overlord of off-world allows you to, our video finally loaded. Allows you to retire, right? Kobe R. Rice, off-world overlord. Kobe R. Rice at rebelragdoll.com. I don't ever put my phone number in there because that's like asking to be murdered by a crazy fan or a crazy somebody who's on your list. And then I like to put in my email signature, which are my initials. So I do have those in a folder, I believe. Oh, actually, I don't. Hold on. Let's then scroll down and find my initials. Here we go. Okay. I like it, but I like things to be a little bit more compact because I'm a little bit OCD. So I'm going to move my image to the left. It will only allow you to move your little sign off image to the left or to the center right now. That's all it's allowing you to do. Most likely because this is for people who live in the Western world who read from left to right. But I'm sure if you were from the Eastern places where you read from right to left, your signature initial image would be on the right side. Just like with any other module, you can edit the color of your font. You can take the icons out if you want. You can change the color of the icons, which I didn't know. So we'll do that because I like that. And then let's see if the fat face font would work here. Sure, why not? And you can also change the size. I like people to see what I'm doing here. And then you can change the spacing if you wanted to. Boom. Okay. It's not the perfect way I would like it, but I still like it. Okay. So let's save that. Now we have a signature. You can see my crazy looking face here. Right here, I want to, let's put an animated. There we go. So you can either have a static image here, right? Where they just see like the pretty much the first frame of the video that you are putting in your video. The video that you're putting in your video. They see the first frame of your video, or they can see an animated GIF of you talking or whatever it is you've recorded. Okay, so if you have like a book trailer or something like that, by all means, you can certainly choose to put that in here. Or let's say I don't like the way that I look in any of these previews. What I could do is just delete that. And then I can then instead add an image here, right? And let's say that I want to upload the actual image of my podcast as opposed to having my face there, right? So let's open my podcast, go to my graphics, open. It's going to take a minute because it's a big file. Select. Okay, this is my podcast photo cover, which I really love. Okay, and even if this is going to, let's say I'm linking them to my video, I can still have a picture of anything I want here, but then just add the video link. You know what I'm saying? So, oopsie. Let's put in youtube.com because it's going to connect to that same video theoretically, right? So if I don't like the way the video looks, I can always put an image here. I can put a video screenshot here. I can do whatever I want and just guide the readers to the actual link that I want them to go to. And of course, I like letting people know. Actually, let me again copy this. I like people in each. I'm just like really manic, I guess, but I like people to know what they're getting in each section of the email, right? So if I wanted to add a video, that's sort of what I would do. But let's delete this and let's keep it simple because I like the way it looks right now. This is how you put together an email campaign. Then you save it. You can also click up here to see what it's going to look like on your mobile device. And it's a really wonderful, extremely accurate depiction of what it would look like on your iPhone or what it would look like on an iPad. So we get the same sort of preview, but just for mobile format. Awesome, right? Just awesome. I love it. Then when we're done editing the whole email, we click that button I just clicked, which is called Done Editing. And then from here, you're going to select which group of people or which subscribers are going to get your new email, okay? So, there's nobody on this list. I'm just going to select it, right? Oh, I can't review and confirm until I actually select some people. So let's select the list, right? So I select who's going to get this. I review and confirm. And then I always preview the email one last time in both desktop format and mobile format because it's important. And you need to just read it over and make sure you're saying all the things you want to say in your email. Okay. The name of the people that I'm sending it to is not showing up here because this is just a preview, but it will show up in your final version. And I'll show you how to get a sample delivered straight to your inbox so that you can also look at the preview of the email before you send it out. So this is what the email is going to look like. It looks amazing. I love it. Maybe a little heavy-handed on the graphics, but it's nice and I enjoy it. Okay. So it gives you a whole overview. What does the subject say? Who's sending it? From what email address? What language? The content, which we just previewed. We can also feel free to edit any of these sections at any time if you need to make any additional edits. It shows us who we're sending it to, and if we need to update this or delete recipients or add recipients, we can just do that here. But first, we're going to send the test email to ourselves. Okay, which is great because now I can go to my Colby R. Rice actual email and see what it's going to look like in real time, but it's only sent the email to me. Okay, so there we go. And it tells us in our email that this is a test. Okay, as you can see, it's coming from me as promised. It has my title that I put in at the very beginning of this tutorial. And here's my email. Now, in Gmail, it always asks you if you want to display images. This is if you are sending it to yourself or sending it to other people. They have an option to see your images or not. People usually click that link, but some people may not, and that's okay. So here's our email. Here's our test email. All right. Hey, Caroline. Oh, here we go. Remember I told you that whoever you're sending the email to, as long as it had that weird code there, it would address that person by name. It's addressing me by name because it came to my email. So, Colby, I really enjoy putting this together for you. Great. The font looks a little different in the titles, but that's not a big deal. Okay. This is looking pretty good. Okay. Now, me being picky and cray-cray, it would bother me a lot to see that this font is not bolded, but that all this other font in the titles are bolded. So I would just go, after previewing this email, I will go back here. Like a manic person, I'd go back and edit the content, which is what I'm going to do, just to show you the whole process. That really bothers me that is... All right, so we're going to bold it. Okay, we're going to save it. I made the edit, and now we're going to send ourselves another test email just to make sure that the changes went through. What I love about this is that the emails come in super quickly. Okay. Okay, here's our new test email. Let's open it. Let's display the images. Let's scroll down and boom, there we go. Our title, which was not consistent with the other titles here, it is now consistent. And it looks really nice. I might have something breaking up these two sections here to like break up the color for the eye, but we're not going to worry about that because this is just a test. So let's say I'm happy with this. We're then going to go and schedule this email at the bottom of the page with that orange button. And then we can choose whether we want to send it now, send it later, or deliver based on time zones. So when you send it later, you can always craft your emails anytime ahead of time and then choose what day and time you want it to go out. So today's the 27th, but let's say I only want this to go out, or I don't want this to go out until Monday at 5 a.m. I can choose that, and then I can click send. Boom. A great feature that you can use is to deliver based on time zone. So let's say that you want this email to come into everyone's box at 5 in the morning on January 29th, Monday, on their side of the world. So as you know, January 29th, Monday at 5 a.m. is a different, the email will be sent at a different time than, if you were getting it on Monday the 29th at 5 in the morning. You can basically tell the MailerLite program to send your email to everyone on Monday, January 29th at 5 in the morning on their side of the world. So everybody will get it for their January 29th, Monday at 5 in the morning. You feel me? And that's really wonderful because you can have it in everybody's inbox the moment they get up for work, and they can check your email. And it does, depending on the content of the email, it does result in a higher open rate and a higher click rate because there's better times for certain people in certain cultures than others. I found this to be very helpful as a feature. And but you do need to make sure that it is set 24 hours, at least an entire 24 hours before the day and time you want the email to arrive. And I personally would recommend even 36 hours because some places are like 17 hours ahead or whatever. But again, that's just me being OCD. Or you can just send it right now. Okay. If you have Google Analytics as a feature, you can click this button and it will track your clicks from your campaign using Google Analytics. I haven't installed Google Analytics into my website yet. That's another goal for my business for this year. But I do suggest that you look into that once you start getting more comfortable with using an email ecosystem like MailerLite. And then once you're done setting up the times, you just click send and then it will send your campaign. And once your campaign is sent, you go up here, you click the campaigns tab, and it will give you 3 different tabs: your sent tab, your drafts tab, and this particular email we just finished creating is in our drafts because we haven't sent it yet, or your outbox tab. Your outbox tab is for the emails you just finished sending or that you have just scheduled to be sent. They will sit in your outbox until the email has actually been sent. If you choose to send your email immediately, the email itself will sit in the outbox for about a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and you can go and quickly cancel if you decide that you do not want to send that email. There have been a couple of times when there's been like a mistake in an email, and I have had to go to the outbox and cancel the sending of the email. If you don't get there in time, sometimes it will have already sent the email to a few people on your list. Don't worry about that. But the outbox is for those emails that are finished and that are scheduled, but that haven't been completed in their sending yet. And that's pretty much it for the MailerLite introduction. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to send this to you along with your list for the box set that you were in. And I hope that you're able to use these tools, all these basic tools at MailerLite to really help you increase the communication with your readers and to grow your author business. There are way more tutorials for how to manage your subscribers, how to label subscribers, how to increase subscribers, how to make forms, and especially how to do automation, which I really highly recommend for you to look into once you get to that level. But Caroline, I really hope this was helpful for you, and I really wish you the best in getting more comfortable with and figuring out technology and to help integrate it into your business. So, all right. Well, nice meeting you, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.